Hey guys, what's up? This is Liberates, and today I'm gonna be teaching you how to do that. How to animate some balls. So yeah, that'll be cool. Alright, so first of all, let's say thank you guys for 200 subscribers. Actually, I have like 216 right now. That's so cool. I went to bed last night. I woke up this morning, and I gained like 10. So that's really cool. Thanks, guys. So what you want to do, because this is a tutorial, is gonna be kind of long, because last time I did it, it was so. Go away, go away. Okay, so first you want to obviously get Cinema 40 open and just hold down on the cube right there and make a sphere. And then under the object tab of the sphere, you want to change the radius down to somewhere around like, make it small-ish. Well, you don't have to, just however you want it. I like to make it around 15, so yeah. Okay, so then after you get your get it all sized down, you don't have to worry about anything else, just the radius. You don't have to do the segments or anything. So oh, sorry. Okay, so after you got it all sized down, you want to come to the MoGraph tab and come down to Cloner Objects, which is right there. And then you want to take the sphere, click on the sphere, and drag it up into Cloner Object to where you see the down arrow. Because if it has like the side arrow, then if you do that, it's just going to go on top of it. So you want to drag it into the Cloner Object where there's the down arrow. Just let go. And then you have like kind of a line of them. So go click on the cloner object and go down to object, and under mode you want to click on the arrow and change it to grid array. So now you have basically, you know, a grid array of balls. So that's always sexy. Okay, so now you want to basically come down to the size right here, and you want to change it to like whatever looks best for you. I'm gonna try 500. Alright, I did 5,000 on accident. Alright, I want a little bit more, so I'm going to change it to about 750 because I want it to fill the whole screen. And now you see that there's not that many, so you want to come up to count, and I'm going to change mine to about 5. Change them all to 5, and when you render this out, you see you have a bunch of balls. So, hold on, let me drag it down. Sorry. Okay, so now as you do this, I'm going to add a material onto it, and I like to kind of make mine look like ash, if that makes sense. So, go to color and come down to texture and click this little arrow and go down to gradient, or just do whatever you want, but I like to do this. So I'm gonna change this one to a white color like that, and then I'm gonna come around here and change it, kind of make it blend a little bit. I'll change it to a darker, and then this one I'll change to even darker. So you can see you kind of got a nice gradient going on here. I'll drag this up a little. There we go. Alright, see, that looks pretty nice. So, then I'm gonna just change the brightness all the way up to 100, and then just click on the material and drag it into the cloner object, or you could just drag it onto one of the spheres and it'll just change them all. So now when you render that out, you can see you have kind of an odd gradient. I didn't think it would look like that. Whatever. Okay, so now after this, you want to make sure you have cloner objects selected, so basically have it highlighted to where everything has their segments showing, and come up to MoGraph and come down here to Random Effector. So it's right there, and just click on it. Now you can see it makes them kind of look a little bit more random, but I kind of want it to be a little bit, we want to animate them to be a lot more random. So you're going to come over to the, under Random Effector, click on Random Effector, come down to the Parameter tab. Hold on, let me check my time. Alright, we're doing good. And you want to mess with the X, Y, and the Z to where you get it likable, to where you like it. So I'm going to go around 500. And maybe even more. I'm going to go 650. Alright, that looks pretty nice. Now, you can mess with the scale, but I prefer not to because it just makes it look weird, as you can see. So I'm just not even gonna. So then, normally, actually no, it doesn't even matter because they're spheres. So that's all you want to do is just mess with the position under parameter, get it to where you like it, and then come back under Effector tab on the Random Effector, and change the strength all the way down to 0. Or you can do it either way. I'm gonna do it from 0 to 100 as the keyframe. So I'm gonna change it all the way down to 0, or put it all the way up to 100, whatever you prefer. And then you're gonna come to the timeline and put this little green mark to where it's on the very 0. It should already be there unless you messed with it, so just keep it there. And then this little circle right next to strength, you're gonna hold down Control and click inside that circle, and then it's gonna turn red, and you're gonna see a little blue mark pop up on the timeline, and that's a keyframe. You just created a keyframe just for the strength effector. So now you're gonna come to the very end or wherever you want it to stop. So I'm going to come to 90, and you want to change the strength to whatever you want. You can either put it, if you started at 100, then you could put it down to 0. If you started from 0, which I did, then you can put it all the way to 100. So I have mine at 100, and then you're going to hold down Control. Make sure you're at the very where you want it to stop on the timeline. Hold down Control and click inside that box again. So now you just created another keyframe. So now if you play through this, you can see that they move. And if you want it even more, then hold on, I'm going to come over and I'm going to delete this keyframe real quick. So just delete that. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you something you can do. And then I'm going to come back over to random effector, and I'm going to go into the box to where you can type something instead of just moving it. And I'm going to change it to about 250. And then I'm going to hold Control and click inside to create a keyframe again. So now you can see they move faster. And I like that, the way that looks. So yeah, so I like that. So I don't know if I've already done a rendering tutorial for Cinema 4D. But I'm gonna do one real quick. I'll show you how to render this out. If you already know how to render in Cinema 4D, then don't bother watching this, cause this is the ghetto way basically. Because I don't have QuickTime, so it doesn't let me render it as a full movie. So come into render settings and go to anti-aliasing, and it should be somewhere. If you're on Cinema 4D like 11 and up, I'm on the older version because my computer doesn't run the newer one. It should be under its separate tab along here. So I have one right there, anti-aliasing. You're going to come down to anti-aliasing and change it to best. And then the filter, you want to change to animation. And then come down to output. And under resolution, you want to just basically, or you can click on the arrow, choose one of these. I do 1280 by 720 because that's YouTube high definition standard. And then come down to frame, and it should say current frame. You want to change it to all frames. That way it renders out the whole entire animation. And then come to save. And if you're saving it like I do as a bunch of images, then you want to make a new folder on your desktop. I'll just use new folder and go inside of it, and I'll save it as tutorial. Just hit save, and then under format, you want to change it to a JPEG, and make sure your alpha channel is checked. And then you're done in here, so you can just exit out of that, and you're gonna come up to this director's cut one, and you're just gonna the very middle one, and you're just gonna click on it, and it'll start rendering out the frames. I'm gonna pause it while it's rendering, so I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, it's done rendering now, and I just exited out of Cinema 4D because you're done there. So now you want to come into After Effects, and actually hold on, I'll show you something real quick. Go over there. So as you can see in the folder where I saved the images, you have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, you have 90 or however many keyframes you had. You have a bunch of TIFF images, .tif. So you want to scroll down and to where the TIFF images end. So as you can see, TIFF 90, that's the end. And then you want to go to the JPEGs, which would be this one. When you hold your mouse over it, it says JPEG image. So now we can exit out of there. Now you have to import it from inside After Effects to let this work. You can't just drag it into the timeline. You have to import it. So you're gonna double click. You're gonna go to Project and double click in this box, and you're gonna go to the folder where you saved your images. In my case, it's new folder, and skip all the TIFF images. If you have any, you might not have any on your computer, and come straight down to the JPEG, the very first one, so 0000, and just click on it and hit open. Now go and you want to drag this down to the timeline, and if you scroll through this, you can see it's the entire animation. So basically now all you want to do is hit Control Shift Dash to add it to the render queue, or you can go to Composition, Add to Render Queue, and then you're gonna come over here and just hit Render after you choose where you want it to save to. I think you already know that. And now we're done. So it's already rendered, so I'm just gonna close that After Effects, and as you can see, it's right here. So thank you guys for watching, and I haven't put out some tutorials in a while, so expect some more today, hopefully. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween.